bro. And it's crazy. Like, I really love this shit. And it's funny because before I got signed, like, that's all I wanted to do was be a part of that group. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was watching that group and I got a lot of pride in that group. You feel me? That's why, like, I got a Boogie shirt on right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I support, I support Boogie, all of my homies, like, because I really love this shit and I feel like it is like a group of us. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so I just want us to keep building and be able to, like, build this shit up. You know what I mean? Like, hip hop is always competitive, but at the same time, it's like, if all of us don't grow and build, right, this shit can fuck around and die out. You get what I'm saying? And so that's why, like, I'm proud to be a part of that group. So I appreciate that.
Once again, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, AB. This is Bars on I-95, Connecticut's #1 rap hip-hop platform.
Skills over politics, that means bring your pen game, not your name. You know what we do here. We do this for the culture. Where we at, bro?
Listen, Carson, California, man. We are in the building. This next guest of ours, they don't even need an introduction, but because we the home of the heavy bar spitters and we only invite heavy bar spitters on this show, and what that means to us here, what this artist mean to us here on this show is very, very important, man.
Man, this is one of my personal favorites. I got it downloaded, Apple Music, Spotify, all that.
Facts.
Homie does what he do. You know what he doing these beats, man.
Listen. Before he talks, though, I want y'all to know this is Skills Over Politics for a reason. You know, only certain artists are gonna get an invite on this show. Your labels can't call me. Your best friend that knows somebody that knows somebody can't call me.
My grandma can't call me.
Yo, listen, you can't pay your way to get on this show. Your money's no good here. Only the certain rappers that's been putting on for the culture correctly and representing this thing, this rap thing of ours, and what it mean to us.
Too many people playing with the culture, man.
Those are the people that get the invite on this show. This man next to me right here needs no introduction.
We taking the culture back. Who we got?
Man, I appreciate that. Look, it's your boy Reason, Top Dawg Entertainment, Carson in the building, Delamo. I'm excited, bro. I really love this shit,
y'all.
Yeah, and I apologize. I know it's been a runaround for us to even get to this point, bro. So
I want y'all to know, man, it's been long overdue.
It's been long overdue.
We've been going back and forth with Reason and try to get him on this show for a while, but
that's a fact.
You know, this is the on the road segment, so we pulled up on him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all came in my
California
backyard
right now. Shout out to the West Coast, man. But let's not waste no time. DJ Rome back there cooking up the beat. Yo, let's put something on.
Rome, what's up?
Let's rap. We waited too long for this shit anyways.
Let's get to it.
Look, I've been tired, but go along for the ride. Got bitches still in my rear view, through them look in their eyes. Spoiler by skirts in the airbags for a prize. She horny, give a stick, but that only lead to the driveway. Check. I didn't fuck up, I just like to warm my shit up real quick.
I got you.
Shout out to Cal Banks on the beat too. Yay. Check. Look, really I've been tired, but go along for the ride. Got bitches still in my rear view, throw them look in their eyes. I spoil her by skirts in the airbags for a prize. She horny, give a stick, but that only lead to the drive crazy. Took some losses, but lately done seen movement. Celebrate the small wins, that just help you breeze through it. Kings brewing, in a camp full of killers, my team gruesome. Niggas aim at your temple, leave your whole scene ruined. Selling CDs out the trunk just to make a couple of bills. Story like fishes dying, my whole come up is real. Talking Gemini, man, the way I doubled the wheel, chill. Nigga, you can't name a threat harder, it's Reason. My story proved that I'm the best author. The new nigga with no respect feel like your stepfather. I dare niggas to come and test hours, wreck all them best walking. Nigga talking, neck snap them, let's spark them, dead artists. Look, my pops was a hustler, but held his own. Worked a regular job, always found his way home. Never walked out of my life, stayed with me till I was grown. Ironic, cause now his son is headed for Rolling Stones. My vibes give essence to my saddest dreams. Look, we got all these kings dying from a magazine. The whip slide like I'm driving over Vaseline. I used to hoop then turn the music like I'm Master P.
Right.
All of these bitches fight for my time. I could see it in their eyes. She ain't had a nigga like me, got her shook in the face. After I rack a couple plaques, I start looking for dates. Nigga, I ran to the goals so the pussy could wait. My story untold, wait till I finish mine. My family, my chauffeur, that's what I'm driven by. Me and my brother came from the gutter like Pennywise. Whatever it is, I got it. Switch the topic. Look, this game getting polluted with the lame-os. That's crazy. Niggas praise the acts, but not the Waynos. That's crazy.
Facts.
Niggas boo Drake, but praise Dracos. That's crazy. And the high ups critique, but this the shit that y'all created. Illustrated, animated, gimmicks, getting placements. Niggas famous, not for the music, but bitches they done dated. If I say this shit in public, I get killed. My image changing shit. Y'all not really ready to have these conversations. Fuck it. We like binoculars, get twisted and focused. The truth gon' be the truth, y'all using gimmicks to sculpt it.
Right.
Feel like I'm fighting against the snakes and the vultures, offsetting the trends of the fake shit just to take care of the culture. That's mean. Look, I'm really the nicest out of the nicest niggas. Think you sicker, I'm Quentin Miller. I gotta write for niggas. Book of my life getting better with every chapter. I've been sleeping at the Ritz from doing business with the crackers. Reason. Let's do something else. That was fun though. That's a little warm up and shit.
Oh, he got more. Wait.
Yeah. No, let's do something.
He got more.
Yeah, no, that's fun shit. That's cool
we had
shit.
to do this right, Reason. It's been a minute. We had to do this
That's
right,
what I'm saying.
man.
I had to make sure I double back. You feel me? But this is more my
Do
speed.
something else.
How light it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's
You got.
different.
Look, it's been about 5 months since I dropped the niggas still talking patience. It ain't for nothing, top want me to be the greatest. Ironic, with one drop, I'm still a lot of niggas' favorite. What we speaking about? Shit, what we speaking about? Perspective is odd when it all even out. How I complain about the same job I dreamed about. The nigga spoiled, right? Fuck it, deserve to be spoiled with what we putting up. It's like I beg for the head, now I tell her it ain't good enough. Still got regrets from a couple bitches I should've fucked. I might double back and go and get what was owed to me. I see niggas' positions and I feel like they stole from me. Shit, look, last year we should've ran 1 million up. But fuck it, I'm on my business while I'm building one. Fuck it, look, when I drive, don't leave the ceiling up. I need the world to hear my thoughts clear. I need my hood to know a boss here. I'm trying to change shit. Phase over blocks that belong to the city. Look, I don't really understand it, but a part of me gets it. Like what we speaking about, it's culture. What we speaking about. Perspective is odd when it all even out. This nigga cheating on the same girl he dreamed about. She heartbroken, now that's all that she could think about. It's from the heart, the words was never from needing clout. With the music, we was door to door more than pizza routes. Nigga, I'm still learning. I take a L and then another, this shit keep recurring. This shit like Megan twerking, but it's like niggas dying. She pray to God protect her son, the nigga ain't replying. And I'm complaining about releasing songs when niggas lost family and they gotta continue on and keep on living strong. Like what we speaking about, not giving no slack to you niggas. My black on you niggas, fuck sitting, I attack on you niggas. You niggas, lines is innocent, it's lacking conviction. I don't believe you niggas. You so see-through, nigga, that's facts. Conversations with Soul about my career. He told me they love it cause they feel you been there. I told him it's authentic cause I'm still here. And I be here even after I bring meals in. Breeze.
Yo, listen.
Thank y'all for that. I appreciate that, man.
Listen,
For real, for real.
listen. Y'all gotta understand why
A1.
Reason is special, right? We've been wanting to get you on this show for a minute.
For a minute, it's been a while, yeah.
It's because of what you represent. You're part of a elite group of, I don't know if you know about it or you paid attention to it, but there's a class of artists right now that's carrying the culture when it comes to rap.
That's a fact.
And you're part of that group. And a lot of them are your peers right now. They're your homies. Some of them are your homies. But right now, I was talking to him about it. You guys are solely responsible and you're carrying the rap culture right now.
Man, I appreciate that, bro. And it's crazy. Like, I really love this shit. And it's funny because before I got signed, like, that's all I wanted to do was be a part of that group. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was watching that group and I got a lot of pride in that group. You feel me? That's why, like, I got a Boogie shirt on right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I support, I support
Boogie,
all
man.
of my homies, like, because I really love this shit and I feel like it is like a group of us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I just want us to keep building and be able to like build this shit up. You know what I mean? Like hip hop is always competitive, but at the same time, it's like if all of us don't grow and build,
Right.
this shit can fuck around and die out. You get what I'm saying? And so that's why like I'm proud to be a part of that group. So I appreciate that.
Talk about the state of the West Coast hip hop right now. You just talked about building with some of your fellow artists. Where do you feel like the West Coast is at with it right now?
Man, I think, and I've said this on record before, like I really feel like the West has the best like lyricists in the game right now. I feel like we have a lot to offer. I feel like the only issue with the West Coast right now is just the togetherness. And it's not that people got problems with each other. It's just that everybody is always so focused on trying to like be the nigga, and they feel like somebody else being the nigga is gonna take away from them being the nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, and so it's really just a matter of building. Like, I was actually just talking to my brother about this shit the other day. Like, I'm even damn near thinking about starting a challenge with West Coast artists, like tagging everybody, like you got to work with 3 West Coast artists every month. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Cause I got a lot of pride in this shit, and I feel like we can be one of those staples. Like, this is LA. You know
what very I mean? Passionate about y'all home cities and town. You know what I mean? Like y'all, as an umbrella, y'all rep LA, but y'all rep individually where y'all come from.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Y'all all on one accord in terms of that. Y'all rep where y'all come from.
Yeah, 1,000%. I think it come from like gang culture. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain pride in like where you come from and your neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? And what was built there. And I just want that same culture, gang culture, and like the togetherness part of it. You get what I'm saying? Not the violence, but the togetherness part of it. I just want that shit to rub off all the way through. Like, let's all do music together. There's no reason why we shouldn't all have 15 records together and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? The South do it, New York do it. You get what I'm saying? We should be doing the same shit.
Right, and you know what I like, I'm glad you mentioned that. What I like about what's going on in the West Coast is a lot of your sounds, like down South has a sound, New York creating their sound, they're always evolving. West Coast has that sound that I don't know how y'all keep doing it. Y'all recreate it, but it's still so genuine.
It's a classic.
It's like a classic feel whenever you hear a West Coast rapper, a West Coast artist. And you guys all have it, like, but I don't, and that's still, you know, I think that's what's special about the West Coast culture when it comes to hip hop.
Yeah, I feel like it's their lifestyle. You know, like this is how they live. Like, this is what they ride out to.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm about to say. I feel like it's a lifestyle thing, and I feel like it's like a movement thing, if that makes sense. Like, if you pay attention, like everybody's sound, where you come from, it all relates back to like lifestyle and how movement is and the speed of things. Like, the West Coast is very laid back. It's a fast-paced city, but it's also very laid back. The way we dance is 2-step. Everything is like in a certain pocket. You get what I'm saying? Like, and so I feel like that bleeds into our music, you know what I'm saying, as well as you know, the stories of where we come from and all that other type of shit.
And I think that's what's special too. Y'all, the stories that you guys say, it's still, it keeps you guys grounded. Like, you can hear.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you guys are not like, you guys don't conform. Like, you don't conform to the new, like what's new. That, like, you guys figure out a way to make it work without having to like
1,000%
jeopardize your integrity and all that stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
And I think that a lot of us is proud of that. Like, we hang our hat on that. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel like we got a lot to offer. You know what I mean? I feel like we've been given a lot. I just feel like we can even step it up to a whole nother level. Like, because this is LA. So this is one of the most powerful cities in the world. It's like, it ain't no way that if we all work together, we couldn't create a whole movement of this shit. You know what I mean? So that's what I be on.
So talk about your influences. Since we was just talking about music and how, you know, y'all have a particular sound.
Yeah.
You know, we've asked this question before, but in terms of your own personal perspective, what has influenced your sound?
Yeah. What's crazy is that, like, none of my influences come from the West. Like, I've always been super heavy on bars, bro. Like, Fabulous is one of my favorite rappers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that,
Wayne is one of my favorite rappers, even though he's South, but you know what I mean? He carries that bar stigma or whatever. Of course, Hove, I feel like, is the greatest rapper of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of my influences come from the East, but a lot of my conceptual and concepts and perspectives, a lot of them come from Pac. Like, and I'm not even the biggest Pac fan as far as music, but I'm a bigger fan of him as a person. Pac is one of my favorite human beings that has ever walked this earth. You know what I'm saying? And it's from his perspective and different things like that. And that's what I challenge myself to do in music. Like, even when I write records, I'll write a whole story about something, and then I'll come back and write the same story, but from a different person's perspective. And I challenge myself to do that because I think that that's what life is about. It's like seeing things from different point of views and whatnot. You
that's
know what
a good point, man. I ain't gonna lie. Damian Lillard, one of my favorite people, man. Dame keep it real.
Yeah, always.
You feel me? And he grinds central. Like, he do what he gotta do to get to where he gotta go. So I definitely felt that on a deeper level for sure.
1,000%.
Now, you had I think I just want to highlight a particular part because we relate to it. Being from an inner city kid, playing ball. We ex-ball players. So
gotcha.
You coming from a basketball background. I just want to say this story, and I kind of want you to talk about it to our fans.
Because we relate to
it.
And
I know there's a lot of, because that transition from being a ball player going into hip-hop had to been a tough transition for you. But I want you to talk about, like, when that story of you going overseas and then you...
How did it happen?
How did that unfold? Like,
what was your feelings around it? Just the point A to point B.
Yeah, it was hard because, like, I felt like I was, like, quitting. You get what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was failing, and I had a contract to go to Greece. You know what I mean? I've talked about this before, but I had a contract to go to Greece, and you know, I was really going through a lot of shit in college. I was at the small college in Iowa, and it was like the darkest part of my life. Like I never even knew what depression was until I was like in that, you know, space. And literally music is what helped me. I had a MacBook and I used to just record freestyles on my MacBook, and then I started found myself writing songs, and then I found myself writing songs to be able to like get certain shit off my chest, you know what I mean? And so when it came down to like time for me to like make the decision on if I was gonna go or not, you know, I just told my agent, you know, I'd rather just stay here and do music. But it was crazy because it was one of the hardest transitions, but the easiest decisions that I ever made, because music just felt so right for me from a therapeutical standpoint at that time that it was like, I felt like if I would have went overseas, I would have like drove myself like even crazier than I already was driving myself being out there, you feel me? But I definitely miss that shit. I try to hoop as much as possible, and I always be wondering like what it's like to play on that stage, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, you know, life, you know, God directs you in different paths, you know what I mean, for a purpose. So, yeah.
Right. So you had and it was dope because once you stayed, you was making music, you went harder at it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's very interesting how your story unfolded, because that's a huge risk, right? Because you didn't go overseas.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I'm gonna chase this music shit to see what happens, right?
And there was no money in that shit.
Nothing. So you released how many projects up to an actual situation happened to you?
Man, it's weird. I did like this little little bullshit projects trying to get established. I had this little joint called In the Meantime, and I did that, and it was like a compilation of freestyles basically. And then I did this joint called The Free Album, and we dropped that. And then I did one more. It was like another like collection of freestyles or whatever the case. But it was always like, I knew that they were never real projects. It was just always to stay consistent and build. So I would kind of say the only project that I kind of released before a real situation was There You Have It. That was the first time that I was like, I want to make a project. Like, it's not an album, but I really want to sit down and like really go through the changes of like skits and figuring out the sound, and I want to build it, you get what I'm saying? And that was the hardest project in the world for me to make because it was all YouTube beats. So it's like to get something to sound cohesive, you get what I'm saying, with YouTube beats is damn near impossible because it's 19 different producers. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? It's all over the place and you don't have no access to control over the sound, but that shit changed my life. Like, yeah.
Now, there you have it. How did that get you to the T-Tops?
Yeah.
Like, how did that come? What came about?
Man, what's crazy is like I said, I was releasing shit just to build momentum. I really came up, bro. Like, that's why I love doing this shit. I really came up off of freestyles. Like, that's really what got everybody's attention. Like, I used to do.
I hear that.
Yeah, for real. Like, that's really.
I wanted you to say that.
Pay attention to that pen, man. It's
on
important.
everything, bro. I used to do this thing called Reason Fridays where I used to rap every Friday. You get what I'm saying? Every single Friday. And then Baller Alert posted one of them. And that's when everything started moving. So I was like, fuck it, let me just hurry up and drop There You Have It. We already had it. And so I threw a release party. It was probably like 300-400 people that came out, which was big for a nigga that don't got no name. Right. And my manager, Keem, he actually pulled up and he saw everybody. He sent a video to Top of like how many people was there. And Top ain't impressed by shit. So Top was like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Like, like Kendrick sell out shows. Nigga, like, and so Keem, you know, he believed off of that. And so I had like a headlining show. Nobody would book me to headline a show in LA. Right. So I put my money up and I threw my own show, booked my own openers, and then I just headlined. You get what I'm saying? And so, and Keem believing in me, he bought 20 tickets to that show and brought a bunch of niggas from TDE. He was already working at TDE. And one of them happened to be Musa, who's also my manager. And then, like, I swear, like, I met Top. Literally, I met Musa and then met Top like 2 weeks later. We played him music. Top didn't seem like he was impressed with the music. He told me to dip. I played music for like 2 hours. I left. Moose called me. He was like, yo, it might be like 6 months before we get signed, but this is a good meeting. Like, he would have kicked you out if he didn't like the music. You feel me? So, but I'm depressed. I'm like, this nigga don't like this shit. Like, and then literally like a week later, Moose hit me and was like, yo, I think my pops want to sign you. And then a week and a half after that, I was at the lawyer office with the paperwork and shit, and everything. Like, it was fast as fuck, bro. Like, it was a hard transition because we didn't know each other. Like, I didn't know Moose, I didn't know Keem, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know these niggas like that, and I didn't know Top. And so that's a tough situation to go into, and they didn't know me. You get what I'm saying? And that's where records like Windows Cry come from, because like, I'm like, bro, I don't know these niggas, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Moose took me to Top crib, which is like in like where I live at in DA, like our gang, that's like the op hood. Like, and I'm parked outside for 40 minutes, my nigga. Like, and I'm like, bro, like, why am I just in this car parked outside? Like, I don't, like, so it's just shit like that, just us not knowing each other. But it's a beautiful story though at the end of the day. Yeah.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned Window Cry and you know how everything tied in.
Yeah.
And I think it's important so there's a lot of rapping ass independent niggas that watch this show and that are tapped in.
Yeah.
And your transition, I kind of, you know, I always like to highlight this. People say I'll be talking too much, but like I always like highlighting it because there's artists that were in your position that you were in made that decision to say I'm not going overseas. Yeah. I know I'm nice and I'm gonna rap.
Yeah.
Now, what happens here, I don't know. And same thing you did. You had confidence, you believe in what you did, but it happened for you with Keem. Now, Keem wasn't just a regular person. Keem was somebody that was
already in the label.
He was already in the label. How did you tie in with Keem?
Yeah, honest. So what's crazy is that one of my childhood friends, that's his uncle. And my brother knew him because my childhood friend, he played football. My brother played football. Okay. So they was tighter. So my brother, and I didn't even know this, shout out to P, he was literally playing Keem music for like 6 months before I even met Keem. I didn't know. He would just be taking any unreleased music I had over Keem house and playing it. You get what I'm saying? My brother ain't even smoked weed at the time, and they would be smoking. He'd smoke weed just so that he could be in the room and play the music. You feel me? So he was playing music for Keem, and I'm thankful for Keem because the music was okay. Like I was a good rapper, but I wasn't a good artist. You get what I'm saying? And so Keem never played it for top because he was just like, he not ready yet. He not ready yet. And he just kept, every time he hear shit, he'd be like, it's tight, but he not ready yet. And then when he heard There You Have It, he was like, yeah, like he's ready. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm glad he didn't play it for top because top would have hated that early shit. You know what I mean? So
and then once he heard There You Have It, he was like, yo, I'm gonna be your manager. How did that happen?
Well, once he heard, this how solid of a nigga Keem is. Once Keem heard There You Have It and it looked like situations was bubbling, Keem didn't even ask to be my manager. He literally took me to lunch and said, look, I got you here. If you don't want me to be your manager, I'm here to tell you man to man, like, it's cool. Like, if you got somebody else you want to put in position, I'm here to tell you, like, it's cool. It's no hard feelings. Like, I don't want you to feel pressure for me to be your manager just because I got you to this position. And that's just, like, the type of good-hearted nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Keem is, like, probably one of the best-hearted niggas that I've ever met in my life. And so, based off of that conversation alone, I'm like, well, then why would I not want this nigga to, you know what I'm saying, be my manager? You feel me? And then it just kind of became a Keem and Moose thing.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, all right, so it leads into, you know, There You Have It.
Yeah.
You met Top, ended up, you know, it all came back full circle. Where you ended up signing.
Exactly.
Now, they re-released There You Have It.
Yeah, which wasn't the plan. The plan was to drop a new project. The plan was to drop New Beginnings. That was the plan, but it wasn't what it is now, of course. You know what I'm saying? But the plan was to drop New Beginnings, and that's why on the soul, the first lines you hear is Patience, New Beginnings coming. Because I already had a project that was supposed to be New Beginnings back then.
Makes sense.
And so Top was like, yo, just go put a project together and then we're gonna announce you. And I made the soul already. And he was like, we're gonna announce you, we're gonna drop the soul, and then we're gonna drop New Beginnings. And Top was just living with There You Have It, and he was like, bro, this shit's so hard. Like,
it is,
he was
bro.
like, I just want to drop it again. Like, fuck it. I want everybody to know why I signed you. You know what I mean?
It is, bro. Top is such a,
we as a collective feel like it was one of the best albums of 2020.
That's love. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Yo, for real.
You know, I feel, we was talking about this earlier. We was like, you know, it takes a lot to drop in a pandemic. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
I feel like they was really only releasing the people they knew was a sure thing. You know what I'm saying? That'll do certain numbers because you got a lot of stuff that was taken away.
Man.
So how do you feel being, you know, one of the albums that dropped under TDE, which is, you know,
and at that time,
you know what I mean?
People were waiting. They was
they waiting for something.
Man, bro.
Kendrick didn't drop.
Right.
Like you were the
came
first to drop out of all of that.
What was that like? And talk about what that was like tied into the pandemic.
Yeah, man, it's tough because it's like we were supposed to, like you said, we were supposed to drop New Beginnings earlier, and then the pandemic hit, and me, Top, and Moose had a conversation where they was like, you know, you have the most pressure that any other TDE artist has had, like starting off. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, niggas ain't heard Zay in forever. Niggas ain't heard Dot in forever. Niggas ain't heard SZA. And we about to try to make them give a fuck about Reason. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's difficult. You know what I mean? And so he had a talk with me. And he was just like, you know, just keep your head on straight because like try to stay off the internet. You get what I'm saying? Like, because you're going to get a lot of hate for this. Like, niggas want us to announce Zay. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And so I was nervous, but at the same time, I just felt so strongly about New Beginnings. It was such a dope project to me that I was like, bro, like, I just want to do it. You know what I mean? I know I'm not going to be able to tour it. I know I'm not going to be able to do what I'm supposed to do. And I know the numbers might not reflect, but I just want to drop. And then it's crazy because when we dropped, the music was so good. We exceeded all of our numbers and expectations that we had. We exceeded everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's business. So niggas got expectations of what they think you're gonna do, all that. Like, I wasn't supposed to hit Billboard. I wasn't supposed to do none of that. And it was without a major. A lot of people think that TDE is a major. We're not a major. Like, we're an independent, we're just probably the largest independent hip hop, you know, group. Tough. But like, wasn't no big budget behind my shit. I don't got every feature I got. That wasn't no label paying for those. Them the homies. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I didn't get no machine push. It was just off of like the momentum and the muscle. You get what I'm saying?
Fire.
Like
that sound like bars on I-95, man.
Man, it was just organic. You know what I'm saying? Like, on God. And so I felt like that gave me a lot of confidence, and it gave me a lot of confidence in hip hop, bro. Because I was like, bro, I'm about to drop this fucking hip hop ass album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but like people loved it though, and I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah, you got, so you like I said earlier, bro, I think you're part of that elite group of rappers, because it's not, unfortunately, it's not enough of you guys left.
Yeah.
And the little that we have, you, the Boogies, JID, like, it's not enough of y'all left. Yeah. So whenever you guys drop, I'll always love to hearing the success story. Like, you telling me now, you guys exceeded your expectations. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing for us.
Yeah.
Because we support, like, here on this platform, you guys are like our heroes. Like,
that's love.
Like, it's just certain people we know are carrying the culture of rap, and we know that this is like, it's like the side that's kind of like the
B-side.
Yeah, it's like the B-side of hip hop right now. I don't know how it got there, but it's like the B-side of hip hop right now. But whenever seeing the Bennies, whenever you guys are it's success coming from what you're doing. When it comes through, it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of that, because it shouldn't be happening.
I mean,
right
honestly, a lot of people scared of that. They see a lot of the clickbait stuff going on, and even they might fuck with, you know, the lyrical side, the musical side. They're like, all right, this is what's hot right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't do that. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like it's always a breath of fresh air when people like you come through.
Boogie talks about that a lot, which is like he makes himself vulnerable with that. It's hard as a hip hop rapper to not like fold to that, to not be like, yo, let me like, you know, like do this or do that. You get what I'm saying? Like, to make myself a little bit more popular. It's definitely hard not to fold to that. You got to find that balance of being able to make records and still keep you get what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, like, I just think it's all about like pushing the culture to keep it alive. Like, and you know, like I love Jay-Z, Drake, Cole, Dot, Wale, Big Sean. You get what I'm saying? All of them. But I even like I love all of them, and I even want to challenge them. Like come fuck with some of the newer dudes. Like, because that's what's gonna keep. Like, we gonna do it regardless. We gonna make this music regardless. You get what I'm saying? Like, but like, come fuck with us, because that's what's gonna grow this shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, one record with one of them makes one of us way bigger, and then we keep doing records with each other, and we grow.
Keeps it alive.
Exactly, bro. And that's really all it's about at the end of the day, is keeping it alive. And if niggas don't fuck with each other, bro, it's unfortunate, but it's gonna die. It's gonna die out, because it ain't gonna be no money in that shit. You get what I'm saying? So I challenge all of them. Like, if they listening, like, bro, we love y'all. Y'all are heroes. Like, come fuck with us. You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact. We were just talking about, you know, the whole rap becoming B-side. And somebody told me, another rapper, shout out to Bugatti, another rapper told me that before on the show. I mean, we had a conversation. He's like, yo, rap has become the B-side. I kind of got taken back by it. I was like, man, that's kind of
I never thought about that. Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
crazy.
That's kind of crazy. How did this happen, bro? Like, that was the prominent part of hip hop. But, you know, again, at the end of the day, the politics, the music, and all that, the analytics. So I have a thing where I always tell this dude, analytics versus impact. And it's been the conversation where I think people focus so much on analytics. I wonder how that affects our writers, our rappers. Like, how does that affect you? Analytics versus like worrying about analytics and rapping.
It's definitely a real thing, because at the end of the day, like you take a label like TDE, like we're probably the most grounded in like staying true to this shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's probably us and then Dreamville. You get what I'm saying? However you want to flip it. But even we have conversations about analytics all the time. You get what I'm saying? Now, it's probably, I'm sure it's not as much as, you know, other labels would, but we still have those conversations. So it's definitely an effect, because like, bro, at the end of the day, this shit is a business. We got to sell it. So we need, like, no matter how much I love rap, I need a big record. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much I love just rapping, like I tweeted this a while ago, like, bro, if it wasn't no money in this shit, I'd never write another hook. Or just rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I need a hook for, you feel me? But it's part of the conversation. So it definitely affects artists 100%. And, you know, I just be trying to like tell like my peers as well as myself, like, just try your hardest to keep that shit balanced, because you do got to be worried about it, because you got to keep the lights on, but at the same time, like, don't let that shit change what you do and why you do it. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us is broke when we started doing this shit.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to bring it back to a point you mentioned earlier. So, you know, you was talking about dropping New Beginnings.
Yeah.
And, you know, they had to make niggas give a fuck about Reason.
Yeah.
So I was saying earlier, I was like, Reason got a different grind. You feel me? Because you got the starving artist, you know, which you've been there before.
1,000%.
But where you're at now is you on a major, in terms of perception, right? You're on a major TDE, major thing, but you're trying to get to where you want to be. You feel what I'm saying? So what is that grind? Almost like the situation of where, like, he's there, but is he there? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I try to keep myself hungry, and I think this is where, like, the basketball shit come in. Like, I've said this before, music to me is an easier grind than basketball, because it's only a grind on your mental. It's not a grind on your physical. Like, in basketball,
that's a great point.
Like, you could want to keep going harder, but you just can't, because, like, nigga, you gonna hurt yourself. Like, you just gotta sit down. You feel me? Like, whereas music, it's like, you just gotta keep pushing yourself to keep going. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like my music is so soulful and hungry that I just try to find ways to motivate myself. It's funny, I actually, I don't know if it was on the Soul Part 2. Yeah, on the Soul Part 2, I said something about, like, a conversation with Dot, and in my mind, I feel like he was laughing at me. Like, I create scenarios in my head to make myself hungry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I make, like, we was just talking about Boogie saying the shit last interview. Like, that's my dog. I love Boogie. I know he don't mean it, but to create that hunger, like, fuck it, nigga, you mean it. So, like, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I create the hunger for myself, because if you don't have that hunger, you're not gonna want to keep going harder and harder. You know what I'm saying? So I literally be lying to myself that niggas talking shit and all type of shit.
I think a lot of artists lack that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get to big time. That's why I always appreciate Meek, because Meek get as big, sell however many records and come still do some shit like this.
Exactly,
like, without a hesitation.
Yeah, Meek just love that shit. Like, you could tell Meek, I knew Meek was a different breed when a video of a nigga making a beat went viral, and then Meek rapped over the beat. Like, I'm like, this nigga crazy. Like, he just rapped over the beat. But yeah, shout out to Meek.
So for New Beginnings, I know New Beginnings is like, for me, I think it was your it's not talked about enough, actually, but I feel like New Beginnings was like your project that it's the one is like, yo, this is Reason. This is a dope Reason album. But you said in that, specific to him. Yeah. But you mentioned that your next project.
Yeah.
You're gonna tap in a little bit more than what you did.
Yeah, like my next project is like 95% storytelling. Even like the trap records, like everything is like storytelling. Like, it's like, and so this one, like, the reason why I always say that, and I get it, like, these days it's like album, mixtape, niggas don't know, but for this one it was like I use the labels help a lot to, like, tell me, like, what track list to use, like what order to use, you know what I'm saying? Like what features should we have and shit like that, just based off of my relationships. In this one, I'm not doing that. Like, this is all my mentality of what I want to put out there. You get what I'm saying? Like, there is no, I'm not asking Moose what should be the intro. I'm not asking, you get what I'm saying? Like top pick Windows Cry to be the outro. Windows Cry was on my album. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was on the next joint. So I say that to say my next one, like it's gonna be like the project that, like, I 100% want to put out. And I'm gonna be real, like, I don't even know what project I'm gonna make after this next album, bro. Like, I don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been working on this one I've been so indebted into it. You get what I'm saying? That I'm gonna probably have a little bit of fun after this one drop. I probably do a couple collab tapes and, you know, do other shit until something, like, connects with me that I'm like, okay, cool, I want to make a project about that. I'm excited about this one, bro. This is the best music I've ever made in my life.
We all excited. You know, just my fault cutting you off, bro. I just want to talk about Windows Cry real quick. Windows Cry was such a, that was my favorite song on the whole project. Right?
Yeah, that's actually currently my favorite one. My shit bounces around.
Yeah, it's crazy. And because it highlights so much things, it's not just for you, it's what's going on in the industry for a rapper like yourself, for artists like yourself. And it goes into, like, I want to ask you, because it's, Top picked that song for you to put it, because you didn't even want to put it on the album.
Yeah, I didn't want to play it for him. Like,
right, because it was so
it was so crazy that I'm like, nigga,
and that tells me how real Top is too. Top is a real dude, and that's why I guess that's why his label is operated the way it is.
Exactly.
But like Windows Cry tapped into so many different things. Like we could sit here and talk about it for like hours. But it's just one specific, like your relationship with the label and your relationship being able to just, your relationship you have with the label and just being you as as you Reason the artist.
Yeah.
Like how is that relationship like?
Yeah, my relationship with the label is incredible. Like we argue and shit just because we just niggas and we argue. Yeah, exactly. But my relationship is incredible because I can be that honest. You get what I'm saying? And that's really what I was trying to bring out when I wrote Windows Cry. Is like I wanted to make like the most honest record that I could possibly make. And while I was writing it, like there was a lot of lines I didn't want to say in that record because I just felt like niggas is gonna be mad at me about it. You get what I'm saying? Like even like the shit about like Chance, which people don't talk about, but it's like I just wanted to make it honest. Like I was watching Joe Budden podcast and Chance was on there and he was saying he was independent. You get what I'm saying? I was like, Chance told you could be independent knowing no one is. Like, yeah, it's like y'all is, you know, but you don't say too much. It's like you give them dreams, but you won't wake them up. So you showing all these kids the dream of being a rapper, but you sitting here lying saying you independent. Yeah, you're not signed, but my nigga, you're not independent. Like there's a machine. I can see the machine. And it's not a shot at Chance because I love Chance's music. Like, and so, but it's just more about having an honesty level that's so high that it's like, fuck the sensitivity. Like I'll say it to Chance's face, like, I love you. You're an incredible artist. You were not independent. You had a machine. Don't lie to people. Show people how to get to where you are at. They want to reach that level. Show them. Walk them through that process. You get what I'm saying? And that was like what I wanted to do was like that record was for all the up and coming artists. Like, I'm going to tell you the truth about this shit, about how you feel, the emotions you're going to go through and everything. You know what I'm saying?
So that's good. That segues into my next point. I always felt like you was a rapper that'll speak on a topic and kind of give it the real, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we live in the cancel culture
is insane.
So it's like, what for you, is there a balance in terms of saying what's real and kind of, cause you know, you seem like a pretty cool dude too. Sometimes you gotta know when to hold your tongue and
they teaching me that.
You
like,
know what I'm saying? Like
me and Moose.
You definitely sound like
whether or not you trying to tell the truth.
Bro,
it's just
Moose
like
and Kyle Banks just cussed me out like no boy. I'm not even lying about this. Like a week ago, bro, because I just say shit, bro. I don't know how to like. Me and my homies, we not sensitive, so it's like. I'll just say shit and I'll forget that there's cameras around. Like, and I'll just say shit. Like, I'll be like a nigga, I'll be like, nigga, you lying. Like, I just say shit and forget that it's a business and, you know, that I'm not supposed to have an opinion about certain shit. So I'm trying to balance it out more just because, like they want me to, but at the same time, it's certain topics that I just speak up on regardless, and then I just like mute them niggas on my phone. Like, yeah, you be mad at me later. Like, but I'm just gonna get this shit off.
So you do feel like there's certain important.
I feel like it's certain. It's a business.
Out
you know
on
what I'm
women.
saying?
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
I feel like it's certain balance. But yeah, like recently, I spoke out on that because I felt strongly about that. I feel strongly about people trying to degrade the character of black men and whatnot. So I was like, I'm gonna speak out on it. You get what I'm saying? 100%. Like, I'm gonna just speak out on it. And it's certain topics, and it's funny because they know me so well that even if I'm kind of like overstepping the line, certain topics they won't even call me on it. They be like, let's just let him have this one. You get what I'm saying? Because we know that he got to get this shit off. You get what I'm saying? Or it's gonna bother him. So yeah, I appreciate him for that. But I'm trying to find that balance though, because I just say shit, bro. Like
that's what I mean. Your fans love it. I mean, we enjoy it because you know, you remind me of like Dame Lillard, but the hip hop Dame Lillard. Because of how real he is, because of how true he is, because of how good he is at what he do. But he's so real.
And it wasn't given to him.
Yeah, like he talked, every time he talked, he'd tell you from his perspective. I'm not, like he's not hiding nothing.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? And every time I hear you, and then I was like, yo, he's an honest dude, bro. Because as a labels, you always try to get
and you bodied everything niggas ever seen.
Features, all the above. So, you know, I appreciate that. But, you know, we invited you because if people are paying attention, this show, we're highlighting the people we're saying is responsible for the rap culture right now.
That's love.
You know, we reach out to certain individuals. Like if you actually tap into our show,
East Coast, West Coast,
you'll notice it's certain artists that we're tapping into. And this is our way of saying, yo, it's your turn right now. The veterans already brought it here. Yeah. They rapped their way and brought the culture here. Right now, this is a group of rappers, which you're in that group, to say you guys are responsible for rap right now.
That's love.
So if the kids that's coming after y'all, they look, I'm only doing what Reason did, it'll be because of y'all.
Yeah, I
see
what you're saying.
So it's like everybody we're highlighting. It's our way of saying, yo, if rap dies, is your fault. And no, it's not only you.
Yeah,
that's why we're trying to get the JID.
Yeah.
We got the Boogie.
Joey Badass.
Like it's certain rappers like y'all are responsible right now.
Yeah.
And I love what you just said about getting the veterans, the J. Coles to be like, yo, let's just keep this shit alive.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna take multiple niggas with that mentality.
But it's very doable.
Yeah, it's easy. I say this all the time, bro. Like, there's no such thing as politics. Like, right. I don't believe in politics. Like, and I know that people, say that. Like, but you do what you want to do. Like, especially in today's era, it's like if you are an artist and you wanted to work with me, and I'm driving to the studio, Top is not gonna pull up in a red truck and stop me from going to the studio. Right. Like, so what are we talking about? We can't do records. What are we talking about? We can do records. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's cut it out. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's my whole thing is like, bro, like, let's just make music, bro. I get it, it's a business. We still gonna do our shit and make, the business decisions and whatnot. But like we all love hip hop. We all grew up on Jadakiss and Hove and all of these niggas. Like, and we don't want this shit to die out. You get what I'm saying? And we need newer hip hop acts. You get what I'm saying? Like, we need newer niggas that are at that level.
Right. There's room for everybody.
1,000%.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like a thing where it has to be
Ask Atlanta if it's room for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Atlanta will get a new nigga today, and he'll be right next to Lil Baby.
And he'll have a song with Thug, Baby, and Gunna tomorrow.
They know 2 Chainz, yeah. That's crazy.
That's a fact.
Now, I know, I want to wrap it up, but it's important, to talk about your next project. Yeah. And what you Reason currently has going on. Because your fans are listening right now. What
percentage of it you got
done right now?
My project, pretty much, music-wise, is done. Like, I'm just trying to find the right single, because it's still that part of it. Okay. And then I'm in the process of really bringing it together aesthetically. Like, and that's as far as, like, ideas, linking everything together. The cover, videos, everything. I'm even like my skits. I'm not doing my skits how I usually do my skits. Right. I got a homeboy, shout out Demetrius Ship Jr. He played Pac in the Tupac movie. I grew up with him. And so he's gonna help me like bring in actors and mic them up and do all that. We're gonna act the skits out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in that stage of it. But the music is done. Yeah, I got probably like 60 records like that to pick out of. Like, the music is done. Yeah. It's just really about all the other parts of it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, like I said, that was for the fans to know what you got going on. You ain't just, sitting on your hands.
Nah, 1,000%. I'm gonna be dropping soon, but I'm gonna definitely wait until Zay drop, because I need to get the hell out the way. I ain't not trying to be the nigga that dropped twice before Zay drop. Like, I'm cool on that.
All right, so for the fans, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's tapping in. Appreciate everybody's been tapping in. If you just tuning into the show, make sure you press that subscribe button. We just reached 100K subscribers because of artists like Reason, because of people, the right people coming on this platform.
All the supporters.
Organically, you know what I'm saying? I didn't make a label call. Me and Reason linked organically. It was natural. So this is everything on this show is built organically. And the rappers that come on this show, they come for the purity of what we do here and how important it is to the culture. And if you're the other artists that all got my invites, it's the same reason what he just said. We're trying to keep this culture, keep this rap thing alive. And it's only gonna happen if y'all keep rapping. Y'all gotta keep rapping. You know what I'm saying? So, appreciate everybody been tapping in. Make sure you go bars995/shop. Tap into the merchandise, and
we're here to support y'all, man. Keep doing y'all thing. When y'all think nobody watching, trust me, we watching.
Definitely. And Reason, we appreciate you making it onto the show.
Thank you, bro. And I appreciate y'all for sticking in there with me. I know it's been a process, but I appreciate it, bro, for real.
We all about that grind, brother.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
That's real.
Signing out.
Subscribe now.